1990 was not necessarily a great year as far as movies go. In fact, looking back over my reviews of the last 12 months, I find that I gave 4 stars, the highest rating, to only 8 films, and one of those didn't make my list of the top 10. Instead, some 3.5-star movies kind of snuck in there. Anyway, here is my list of the best films of 1990. Number 10, Mountains of the Moon, telling the story of the great Victorian explorer Sir Richard Burton and his attempt to find the sources of the Nile. It was a wonderful epic. Number 9, Peter Greenaway's The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover, a controversial film that disgusted some people but inspired others with its no-holds-barred view of the British class system. Number 8, directed by Penny Marshall, Awakenings, with Robin Williams as a doctor who finds a way to bring mental patients back from trances that have lasted as long as 30 years. Robert De Niro played his most successful patient. Number 7, the brooding, dark vision of Last Exit to Brooklyn, with its courageous performance by Jennifer Jason Leigh as a prostitute who dared to believe in love. Number 6, a brilliant sleeper, Alejandro Jodorowsky's Santa Sangre, a phantasmagoric collection of bizarre imagery. Number 5, Barbet Schroeder's Reversal of Fortune, the story of the Klaus von Bülow case, with a very, very good performance by Jeremy Irons. I think he's going to be nominated for an Oscar. Number 4, the hard-bitten, hard-boiled, convoluted con game movie, The Grifters, with those great performances by John Cusack, Angelica Houston, and Annette Bening. Number 3, a personal triumph for Kevin Costner, who directed and starred in Dances with Wolves, the story of an infantryman's contact with Sioux Indians in the years after the Civil War. Number 2 on my list, you may not have heard of it, but it was one of the year's great movie-going experiences, Monsieur Hire, with wonderful, strange performances by Michel Blanc and Sandrine Banner in the story of a man who is accused of murder when in fact he's only guilty of being terminally afraid of himself and the world around him. And there was no doubt in my mind which movie deserved to be number 1 on my list, a brilliant masterpiece by Martin Scorsese called Goodfellas, the story of life in the modern mafia. Numbers 11, 12, and 13 on my list, because I just kept on going, were also crime movies. Number 11 was a British film called The Craze, about vicious Cockney criminals. Number 12 was Francis Ford Coppola's The Godfather Part 3, which wasn't as good as the first 2 Godfather movies, but nevertheless was a very good movie indeed. And number 13 was Dick Tracy, Warren Beatty's comic strip crime movie. I'm Roger Ebert.